So belt is a category in which you can get a lot of life, and that is going to be our priority. Still though, if we can get some life and just a single lightning res roll, I'm going to be quite happy with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for pretty high life. I'm going to go 75, and that's not that hard to achieve. Belt bases have 40 life on them. The actual mods can roll like close to 100 or something. Let me check how much the actual amount is here. Accessories, belt, and then you can get a strength roll on top of that, so you can end up with a lot. You can get up to 99, so you can get up to just about 100 plus 40. You can get 139 just from the stats, and then you can get strength as well, which equals another, I think you can get 50 strength, maybe 40. 55 strength, you can get like another 25 life through that. So something like 75 seems high, but it's not even really that high for a belt. But we'll start there. And I'm actually going to specifically search for lightning resistance here. We could open it up to see if there's any other really nice belts, but we'll start with lightning resist, and we'll go 25%. Okay, let's see if we can find anything pretty cheap in that category. We find ourselves... Armor is certainly a nice bonus, so if you see something like that, it might be worth considering. This is an 87 life belt. It's not a leather base, but it's still 87 life. It's still a decent amount of life. Good lightning res, good armor roll. That's a good option. We can come back to that. Might be worth doing. These other ones aren't quite... This one's pretty decent too. 77 life, 45 lightning res. It's like a max for that tier. With a pretty good armor roll as well. There's a few really nice belts in here. These are solid belts. Alright, we're going to actually search... What we'll do this time, since we've got a lot of good options, we're going to go for that same strategy as before. I'm going to put in a 1 max alch buyout. Maybe let's even put in 1 chaos buyout. We have a bit of currency left still. And then we're going to search for max life rolls. But getting a couple hundred armor on these things is pretty nice if you can do that, So here we have a 143 total life, which is pretty damn nice. 28 lightning res is a little low, maybe. We'll see what else we can get. 126 life, 38 lightning res. 250 armor as well, for 1 fusing. That might be our belt. That's a pretty nice one. Okay, we've got some really nice options in here. Because we have so many choices of pretty good options, we could even try and find something that has another resistance on it, maybe. But what you're seeing here, notice how these all have lightning res on them, and like don't have another resist. Like this one has 8 cold res, but they nearly all don't have a second resistance. It's because when people are selling items and pricing items, they're like 2 resistances, a couple chaos. So you instantly like move them out of that category. I think we're going to get this belt because it's 250 armor, 126 life, 38 lightning res. That's very, very nice belt. Why not just ult spam a belt? Because we wouldn't get it. We wouldn't get a belt that good for that cheap. By ult spamming. We'd end up losing money trying to... Like, we'd spend more than a fuse of ults trying to get something even close to that. Alright, this guy says... This guy's apparently AFK. So, we might have a look at other options briefly. And maybe come back to that one. What else do we have here? 44 with 117 life. Very low armor roll, sadly. But I think armor is a prefix, isn't it? Armor is a prefix, energy shield is a prefix. This one actually has an open suffix. It is... The life roll's pretty decent still. Not amazing though. You could add strength to it to get more life, or you could add a resist if you need it. Yeah, everyone's AFK, man. Everyone's AFK. Did that guy actually use AFK? No, it's just the automatic AFK. That's a very good lightning res roll. What does that bring us to? Brings us to 124 lightning res, which is just enough for like a 2-stone ring to bring us to cap, basically. So this one's pretty good. We might try and message that guy. Let's just check a little further down. See if we find anything else that's quite nice. The further we get down, the less and less life we're looking at though, so. Here's a blue one that could be regaled, but we're spending a real plus 10 ults on it and starting to get a bit expensive. A bit expensive for us. Very high strength roll there. Bit of fire res, decent-ish lightning res. That armor roll is very disappointing, but can have a that can actually have another resistance craft on it. So that would be a tri res strength belt there, which that's actually a pretty good one too. It'd be really nice if they added to this shop tool here the ability to like select an item and put it aside as one that you're keeping an eye on, and then like have a few of them kept aside. I could just like copy them over into a document. That might be an easy way to do it actually. This one is, we're getting a little too low on the life now. I think we're going to go back to this one. I think we're going to go for this one here. We could just real quick though, I'll keep that one there and we may do that one. What I might do is just go 1 alk and see if we can get something comparable for half the price. So there's only 2 here for 1 alk, and this one's actually pretty good. Oh, it's only 87 total life. Yeah, alright, we'll go for this one. Hopefully not AFK. Hopefully not AFK. Alright, maybe AFK, but maybe not. There we go, good stuff. Alright. So here's our 1 chaos here. Alright, we got ourselves a belt, guys, and it's master craftable. And I think it's master craftable with 2 different resistances, so we can save that for later. And that's the one. The armor roll is a little sad, but that's okay. For the 1 chaos now, that's gonna keep us out of trouble. We're still on 5 chaos, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots to go. Or actually 5.5 chaos remaining, so we're doing pretty well. So here's our belt, and as you can see, if we go to, I actually haven't leveled up Tora much, so I might even have a bit of trouble crafting that because I've been slacking on Tora a little bit. I don't even know if I have Tora's resist. Uh-oh, I don't actually have Tora's resist. Well, if you had leveled up Tora, which is a good idea, you could actually craft some resists on there, but hopefully we won't actually need to because I haven't leveled up my Tora. We may have to get one of our friends to craft a resist on that. But that's a fine starting point anyway. Good total life, 110-ish life, and energy shield doesn't matter for our build much. If you were using energy shield, that would be really nice. But the 44 lightning res is the important part. You can see our lightning and cold res really good right now, excuse me, and then fire is 108, which is not too bad, so we're looking pretty solid.